678-9872. The pound button twice to join the show. It is Wednesday, January 20th. We have a new president, guys, of the United States. Inauguration Day was today for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the new vice president and the new president. Joseph R. Biden, get it right, all right? You got to put his initial in there. What does the R stand for? Quiz for you guys. What does the R stand for, A? Well, I know you know.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay,
I
you
don't
done.
know.
OG, do you know? What does the R stand for in Joseph R. Biden?
Don't know.
Ridley, that's what it stands for. Y'all didn't know that?
Really? I should have known it was something relevant, though.
Right.
No, it's technically, I believe it's Robinette or Robin. I think it's Robinette. We'll call him Robin for short. You know?
Robinette?
Yeah, he could be my Robin. He could be Robin and my Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Robinette.
I think it's Robinette. It's something like that. Let's look it up. I think it's something like that.
His mama named him Joe.
Mama named him Joseph. I'm gonna call him Joe. Yeah. How you guys doing on this wild Wednesday, man? Peaceful transition today. Transition of power was very peaceful in DC today. Good to see, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It was a fashion show.
It was. Hey, Michelle. She looked good. Kamala too. We're not no more Kamala. It's just Kamala. She looked good as well, man. I think they used a brother that lives here in New York. I think he's from Louisiana, right? If I'm not mistaken, Rogers or somebody like that. African American brother. That's a fashionista stylist. Yeah, I think they used him, man. And his stuff's fire, man. So it's good to see him getting some national shine out there. Hey, Willie, where you at, man? You in a bunker down there with Pitts? Where you at?
Yeah, nah. Still in the DFW, man. I can't be in the bunker with them, though.
He's in Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Oh, Mar-a-Lago.
I got a pardon.
Got it. Okay. Oh, well,
not Joe Exotic.
Jordan was down there. Jordan was down near Mar-a-Lago. He was in West Palm Beach. That's where it's at.
That's where it is. Palm Beach.
Yeah. West Palm Beach. Yeah, Palm Beach. So OG, how you doing, man? You flying with them Dayton Flyers, right?
Yeah. I'm beating with the Brooklyn Nets right now. Man.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta see how the Flyers doing though. Like, I mean, college basketball has been weird to watch right now.
Well, Kentucky's down, Duke's down, so I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, my boys Kentucky, they're so young, their breath smell like Similac, wet behind the ears. It's frustrating watching those guys. But yeah, you guys ready to go here?
All right, let's go.
All right, we're talking NBA. We'll get into Major League Baseball. We'll start with that with our New York Mets. We'll talk about that. Compete Forever on Black News Channel. We'll get onto that. Karl Malone, capping it. Zion Williamson. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. And your phone call is live, 877-853-5247. Meeting ID is esportsXTRA. That is 377-678-9872. Hit the pound button twice to join the show. All right, guys, we're going to start right here at home, and this one hit close to home. I work at SNY TV, Sportsnet New York, basically NBC Sports New York. We're the home of the New York Mets and the Jets. All the Mets games come on SNY, and the general manager was let go on Monday. Sandy Alderson and those guys found out. This report came out from Major League Baseball. Reporter for ESPN, I believe Jeff Passan, and another reporter, if I'm not mistaken. But responding to some unsolicited text messages, some 62. I want to ask you guys first before we get started. Now, he's been fired from the job. Jared Porter worked with the Cubs, the Red Sox, and the Diamondbacks. Been around for a while. This happened, I believe, 6 years ago, back in 2016. 5 years ago, 2016. How many texts do you go before you say she ain't interested? OG.
One.
I got that's the barometer. Like if I'm like really digging her, like I'll say
depends on how she look is what you say.
Yeah, like I'll say 3.
Uh-huh.
But if it's somebody like just barely catch my attention and I'm just saying something trying to fish, I may shoot one out there, and if she don't respond, I say, "Oh well."
Okay, all right. Fish in a barrel. Look, it all depends on timing too. Like and look, Jared Porter went way over the line here. No one's trying to defend him. But I mean, if it's over, a period of time, months, years, you can't. First of all, you can't text somebody 62 times without a response and think you're ever going to get one. That's what I'm thinking. 2 or 3, and it's like, all right, I'm moving on. I might get one.
Just got bad reception,
Yeah, well, look, you can once or twice, not 60 times.
She got that Boost Mobile.
Hey, Willie, you're married. You're a married man, very successful. Um, handsome young guy. Popular with the kids. An upstanding citizen of the United States. How if you were dating Siobhan now, how many times would you allow her not to respond to you?
One for anybody. One.
One. What if
One.
she didn't get it?
Nah,
Man,
one
she
man.
got it.
One.
Well, I mean, you can. That's why I'm saying maybe two or three. I'm trying to be fair about it. Like one, you can have bad reception. You might not get it.
One. Because if
One,
you not,
yeah.
and the reason why I say that is because if they're interested and they didn't get it, eventually they'll reach out to you. And so for me, it's one, man. I've always been the dude that, when you see if there's a girl that if there's a woman I'm interested in, I would give her my number, and if she responds with hers, then great. Or because I want to skip the give me a wrong number, want to let me down easy, I skip
Right.
all that, man. Right, and it's like, so that's how I do it. If it's just one, and you don't respond, all good, all to the good. It's all to the good.
You know,
Fair enough. Go ahead, coach. Oh, go ahead, coach.
you
Real
might
quick.
do, if you really like her, she don't respond, I might give her a big eyes emoji, and that's it.
See, I don't know. I don't know how to talk emoji. That's my thing. I've never used emojis. So
It's not
yeah,
that complicated.
you can barely get an LOL out of me. Like I don't know how to speak it. I don't know how to find them. I'm not good at them. So
I
I don't
think
use
I
them.
learned it from, obviously I'm managing young kids,
Yeah.
young adults. I mean, but and they hit me to everything and stuff. So when I need to learn something or need to know why people use this or why people use that, they'll tell me, and then now I know how to implement that in my game. But the one thing that I did as I got older is, like, a lot of times if I send my number,
Mm-hmm.
I just wait on them to call or text me.
Yep.
Like, I
That's,
don't
that's
even,
fair.
and once I send my number, I stop messing. Like, and then the choice is theirs after that.
Let's see the pictures
Exactly
of.
right.
Let's see the pictures real quick of Jared Porter. I want to get you guys' thoughts. Were the Mets right in firing him? I think they had no choice. I think it was
No
the right
choice.
call. But
No
my
choice.
thing is, hey, Willie, are you on that? Are you on that side that they did the right thing by letting him go?
They had to. They had
Look,
to.
he was with the Red Sox.
I
He
know
spent a little
Jared. We
time.
worked
Yeah,
together.
yeah. I was about to say
Damn,
Yeah.
protege under Theo. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
We work together. So I know Jared.
he was cool with you.
So he was doing that to some young ladies in Boston too. Was he
I-
drinking that dirty water, as they like to say up in Boston?
Boston is my home.
Mine too.
no,
Man,
yeah, as I said, I know him, work with him, and I can't speak to his personal life what he was doing, but he was always cool with me in the office, and
Yeah.
we always had a good rapport. So, but personally, I don't know what he was doing.
you might
Well,
be.
it's a little sad that Jeff Passan, the story, it came out. He had the glowing text about the Mets hiring him. You knew back in December when he had this when he released the text message saying what a great guy he is and what a steal he is, and the sort of background and what he's hearing in baseball circles about the job that he's doing and how much of an up and coming person he is in the in the management side of things. He knew about this story. They were just waiting on the girl or the young lady, and we're not going to talk about the country she's from. I didn't like that, hearing about that on the radio here, and with Sandy Alderson, that was probably unfortunate that came out. But yeah, the whole timing of it seems weird. Look, you can't do what Jared Porter did, especially sending your junk. I think that was probably the NW. Maybe you can hit on somebody, and that's maybe that. No, that is too much. That is sexual harassment. But you're sending junk, and she ain't responding. Now you're in
I
trouble,
got a
dude.
theory about that too, though.
Yeah,
Like,
don't send junk pictures.
you don't send that. I mean, you don't send that unless that's somebody you intimate with or anything. If you're gonna do it, like, it
Sure.
has to be. I mean, it can't be
But-
just random.
And they need to send you something first. That was like, all right.
But she didn't block him like after like number 5. Like she didn't just block him.
I mean, but
I don't understand that.
I'm
Well,
with that, but
But you also got to understand she's from a different country, so culturally things are different. So I'm going to
Yeah.
defend her on that.
yeah. And what I'm gonna say, you're the general manager of the Mets, like, and you've been in it at a high level, like, even before you became the general manager at the Mets. And if you're struggling, to get women like that, man, you need to reevaluate, your practices and what you're doing. I mean, because you at a high enough status where it don't matter how you look or anything like that. I mean, ready women are available.
Yeah. No, good point
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, they're moving on. Mets will not have a general manager for now. Sandy Alderson will sort of, assume some
He'll
of
be
those
back in the
duties.
league.
It'll be Scott, the guy, the assistant general
You
manager, who
think
was
so? You
number
think so,
two.
Coach?
Yep.
I don't know about as a
Come
GM, but yeah,
on, man.
he'll be back in baseball at
Come
some point.
on.
He'll likely be back. I don't
Come
think he'll
on.
be
That's
blackballed.
man, that's tough.
It
I
is tough,
mean,
but
But he's got a
if it
good, he's
happens,
got a
will you
good
be
eye.
surprised?
He's got a good scouting background too. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Would you,
But
A Willie? What do you think, A Willie? You think he'll be back in some capacity?
I think I think what happens if some time elapses
Sure.
and he goes on a contrition tour.
A rehabilitation tour.
Right, a contrition tour. I
Yeah.
think I wouldn't be shocked if he got another chance in another capacity. Look. So and I know basketball is different, but we have coaches in basketball that have made contact with women, unsolicited, unwanted contact with women, and lost their job, and now they're head coaches again.
Hmm.
Right. And this is recent history. This isn't 20 years ago.
Sure.
So there are coaches that there's a coach in college basketball that did that, and he's a head coach again. So he lay low for a little bit. There's a little rehabilitation, contrition tour. Now
Hmm.
he's a head coach again. So with that being said, would I be shocked if Jared takes those steps and gets another opportunity? I wouldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, look, career baseball guy, bright future. What is he? Early 40s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
41, something like that.
Yep.
So we'll see. I definitely think he'll get another opportunity here in the next, I'd say the next few years, for sure. Uh, you can't just come on here and start saying all this stuff. Who is this coach? I mean, I know who it is, but
what?
Chris Jans at New Mexico State.
oh, okay. I wasn't. Okay, that's not who I thought it was. Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there. We'll go to basketball now with the NBA. Carl Malone, you guys saw this. Had some things to say about Zion Williamson. Basically said, look, man, he's too young to not be playing 40 minutes, 21, 22. Get your butt out there on the court and play. And, basically, talking about him, injury history and things of that nature. Was Carl Malone out of line? And what's up with all the old guys? Barkley, Carl Malone, these guys, they always got something to say. I tell you what, though, Carl Malone got ate up on Twitter. I forgot about the 13-year-old girl. Like, they were coming at him hard. Like, I felt bad for Carl Malone. Like, damn, that did happen. I guess he was in school. Where'd he go? Louisiana Tech, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
13-year-old girl. And,
Yeah.
I'm going to say allegedly because I don't want to deal in this, but that's what they're saying. Allegedly, impregnated a 13-year-old girl back in the day. Hell, I played at Louisiana Tech my sophomore year, 1996. Got a nice little stadium down there in Ruston, Louisiana. Your thoughts here on Carl Malone yelling at the clouds? Go with you, A Willie. You were in the NBA.
It's interesting because I think we were touching on this a little bit during the pre-show, and I think one of the things that's interesting to me is it's not when he's saying about Zion should play 40 minutes.
Yo
It's
ass
not
shouldn't be getting tired.
right. It's not in the same lens as it was when we were playing. Right. We played in the park and, played on the blacktop and the asphalt. And I got some injuries to show from that. But we also play other sports as well. We played football. We played baseball. We played tag. We did all sorts of other things and didn't just play basketball year round. These cats play basketball year round now. That's the expectation. That's the reality for them. So they come into the NBA. These injuries that we're seeing aren't NBA injuries. These are injuries before they even enter the league. So with that be, and it's because of the machine that we've constructed with high school basketball, AAU basketball, college basketball, etc. So with that being said, we can't really look at it through the same lens as it was 30 years ago.
Specialization.
Yeah, OG, your thoughts here on Carl Malone, who really never played 40 minutes a game, and there were some other things that, if you look at his background, that sort of doesn't mesh up too well with sort of the things that he wants young Zion to do. He's right in the sense, like you're 21, 22. My thing is just stay healthy, but man, you got to protect your asset too. That's the sort of style and age that we're living in, OG.
Yeah, I mean, I think the more I thought about it, it's like, Carl, you played above the rim when you got out on a break. Did your little LA gear dunk and stuff like that. But other than that, he played below the rim. Like, I mean, he was a phenomenal mid range jump shooter, back to the basket post player. You know, great free throw shooter. I mean, great
except
defender and
except
everything.
in the finals against the Bulls.
Right, but you know, so you look at Zion, like these guys, like when they play hard, like, and they give it all they got. And to what A. Willie is saying, it's like these are not NBA injuries that they obtain. They come into the league already hurt and banged up, from numerous amount of high school exposure games, from AAU to and then college, where he was playing almost every minute for Duke. So um, I don't know, like it's really like what we was talking about, the old head mentality where they look at their area and how they play and really being, I think, overcritical of how the young players are doing their job today. The name of the game is it's always business. So he's a big asset for the
Yeah.
Pelicans, and you're definitely not going to do anything to stop him from generating the money that they generate from him being on their roster. So I'm a Zion fan because at the end of the day, you never hear nothing about him. It seemed like he hardly even talks. Like, I mean, he just about going to do his job. Could his conditioning and probably dietary habits be better? Of course, like that goes for all of us. I mean, who am I to criticize when he's still in better shape than me? So I don't know. I think like it's just old head being overcritical.
Yeah. Were you surprised that the Twitter came for his neck? Hey, Willie,
No,
and they went there.
no, no. I wasn't surprised at all. And especially too and part of it is some of the stuff that he said, but another part of it too is Karl Malone has never done anything, and I'm not disparaging him by any stretch of the imagination when I say this, but he's never done anything to really endear himself to anybody. So I'm not surprised that people reacted that way because he's never really tried to engage or never really tried to have somebody really like him. And I like that about him as a player. That's his approach. I don't care if you like me. I'm all for that. But I'm just saying when you paint yourself in that light and then you make these types of comments, this is the type of reaction that you're going to get. So that doesn't surprise me. And again, as I said, I don't have a problem with his approach of
Sure.
not endearing himself, not at all.
Well,
You know,
there was some there was some some scuttlebutt. He tried to hit on Kobe's wife back in the day, and there's some things out there about Karl Malone that will drive some people crazy. Go ahead,
Right.
nah, just to
Coach.
cap it. What I was gonna say was that it's funny because now that I think about it, from what A. Willie said, if he don't make a comment or anything like that, we forget about Karl Malone. Like he doesn't appear on NBA broadcast or anything like that. So you really would forget that he even exists. I mean, and until he did something like this.
Yeah, that's a good point, Coach. Real quick.
Didn't he have a son that he like denied?
Mm,
Like,
Demetrius Bell, right?
mm.
and didn't
Yeah.
he didn't he
Yeah.
play for Louisiana Tech too, or for another
I
school?
don't know if he played for Louisiana Tech, but he played in
Or
the NFL
did
for the Bills.
his daughter
Yeah,
did.
and his
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Daughter. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Cheryl
Yeah, but
did. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you all this,
Real quick.
man. When I was in the league, working in the league, and the Detroit Shock and the Sparks had epic battles in the WNBA finals. That's the best rivalry in the WNBA history, in my opinion. Just epic battles, and he would be at the game supporting Cheryl. It
Hmm.
made me feel good. I love to see that because
Yeah.
the backstory about how
The
there's a little
relationship.
disconnect,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
And now he was present there, and to see him cheering her on, and he did a good job in this regard. He did a really good job of making it all about her. I really respected that, and I like to see that.
Good point. Good point. We'll leave it there with that. We'll see how Zion continues to elevate his game and continues to grow with the Pales, the Pelicans down in New Orleans. We'll go from the NBA to the NFL. Sarah Thomas, first woman to officiate in the Super Bowl. She's going to officiate Super Bowl 55 down in Tampa. How big of a deal is this for the NFL and for women in general. At some point, we're going to get past this where kind of like Kamala Harris today, where it's like, okay, it's just another woman doing her thing. Oh, we got women on the broadcast covering sports. That's no big deal. We've seen that. Oh, we got a woman president. Okay, great. Other countries have done that. Look at Germany and all these other countries. It's no big deal. That's where I'm trying to get. But
That's
for right
awesome.
now, it's a big deal, and it's a seminal moment for the NFL and for women. OG.
No, I agree. I mean, and really personally, me and my brother was talking about this the other night. Is that sometimes the take that you see men give on subjects like this almost makes you wonder if they even like women. I mean,
Oh boy.
because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, to me, in a lot of aspects, it's about who can do the job, and it doesn't matter. Gender doesn't change that. It's just about who can do the job. I mean, I'm really ecstatic to see it. I mean, because I mean, most of the time we'll sit here and say sometimes as men, when we look at women, the type of women that we want to be with, we want them to like sports and we want them to do certain things, and then like the women that are heavily involved in sports and a lot of other things, we like push them away. Like
Yeah, you
and
got
it,
something greasy to
yeah,
say.
right.
Facts.
It makes zero sense. Like the comments that I see about the WNBA is like horrible. Like, I mean, it just I don't know. I really get my feelings about it because it's like it's women who like the same thing that we like.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they love the game. They love. I mean, and really, if we being honest, most of the women have been stand up during these times that we've been going through. It's more the women who stand up and like and don't
Look,
care. Like,
look at the women of the W. They
yeah,
got Sue Bird and Renee and all those guys with the Atlanta Dream gals.
Leading
They,
the
they they
charge.
they led the charge for Raphael Warnock, who's about to get sworn in as the U.S. senator from Georgia. So you're absolutely right down there with the Wubble. Your thoughts, A. Willie?
Yeah, it's sort of echoing what OG
OG.
was saying. Like, I think it's great to see it. And to your point about her experience, like she's been a ref since 1999. First the first woman referee in a college game, first woman referee in a bowl game,
Mhm.
first woman referee to be an official in a Big Ten stadium. Like, so and then she also refed a game where she broke her wrist and finished it. Right. And I
Mm.
know what it's like to break your wrist because I went up and got an undercut when I was going up for a dunk and broke my wrist.
See,
I
you
didn't
should be trying
finish
to
the
dunk.
game.
Why you
Right.
trying
Yeah. Yeah. You know what DMC said? Little punk tried to dunk, but he broke his
to?
neck.
Punks jump up to get beat down.
Yeah. So, again, kudos to her because again, as OG was saying, she's qualified. This isn't a charity case at all. And it's good to see she's qualified.
Yeah, and she's earned it because look, to rep a Super Bowl, you need to have an exceptional season. So clearly she's graded out pretty well, and look, she beat out a lot of male counterparts. So good for her. We definitely notice her in the NFL when she's out there, but you really don't notice her because she makes the call, and you don't really see a lot of coaches disagree with her. She's pretty solid and she's consistent. So we'll see her in Super Bowl 55 down in Tampa.
And that's where
Uh,
you want to be if you're a ref. I don't want to be noticed.
exactly. That's it. It's like being an
Yeah.
offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Don't want to even see me out there. That means I'm
Yep.
doing my job.
Yep.
We'll go to college football. You were just talking about college football, how Sarah Thomas worked in college. Worked the first Big Ten game as a female, as a lady, as a woman refereeing in the Big Ten. Deion Sanders, and guys have been following this story. Had a
Yeah.
boombox
yeah,
stolen
Yeah.
a couple days ago. Got it back yesterday. Put a little word out there. The OGs and everybody. The police brought it back. There was a white Suburban or Tahoe, one of the two broken into, had the boombox, had some sentimental value to prime time. Went on Instagram Monday, hell, less than 24 hours, 16, 18 hours later, it's back at the practice at the school, and he's got his boombox back, man. It's a good story about Jackson, Mississippi. Look, I've been there, met my ex-wife there, worked there on television. Jacktown is rough, okay? It can be rough. There's a lot going on down there. So I'm glad that the community rallied around and people followed Dion and he got his boombox back. I'm glad the story ended like this, guys. Your thoughts here on Dion getting his boombox back as they get ready for SWAC action coming up in about maybe 6 weeks. Hey, Willie?
It's good to see. Dion flew a kite out to the streets. It got taken care of. Right.
there.
Exactly.
He's there.
Exactly. It's good to see. It's good. The note was funny. when the guy was like, "Man, they tripping," right? So I was reading the note in that voice as I was reading it, the note that accompanied the boombox returning. And then Dion said something that really made me think as well. The first thing I started thinking when I was reading it was, what about the people that aren't Deion Sanders that are affected by this,
Sure.
that don't have that type of clout, that don't have that type of position, and they get affected by this, and we see this a lot. And you know, when Dion was saying, if we can cooperate on this and come together on this, we can come together on a bunch of other things as well. So I that's what I really started thinking about, us as a community, holding us as a community accountable, and doing the right thing as a
Police
community,
ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
right, for
Like
everybody.
a damn locker room.
No
Absolutely.
question. No question. For everybody, and not just Dion because he's coming to put a winner on the field
Hmm.
at Jackson State,
Yep.
or he's prime time, but just for anybody that's in that situation, so we can keep these types of situations to a minimum.
That's a good point. The celebrity status of Deion Sanders, head coach at Jackson State, certainly helped. Police chief was there, or at least the sergeant, someone high up in the Jackson Police Department there, and also the school police. OG, your thoughts here? Deion put the word out. Streets listen, and he thanked the OGs. Like I like Deion's perfectly positioned to do stuff like this,
Yeah.
where he can be corporate and do his job as the head coach, but also look right through the camera and reach the hearts and minds of the hood.
Yeah.
No, I mean, pretty much, I really capped off everything. But the first question came to mind when I was reading about it was like, he was at home, right? Like when they broke it,
No,
was
I
he
think it
at,
was
He
he
his
said
was
he was
home?
at a
facility.
No,
hotel. He
that,
said he
no,
was at a
Okay,
I think,
hotel.
okay,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was the first. Yeah, I didn't really get too far into it, but that was the first thing I was wondering. I was like, man, like where was he at for somebody to break into his vehicle? Then the other part was like, how would like a boombox is visual.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess I just got those natural habits. Like, I don't leave nothing visible
He-
in any vehicle, just in case. But no, I definitely like the fact that he got it back, and it just shows like I mean, the appreciation that hopefully Mississippi will have for Dion because he's coming there trying to bring a great thing and building up the university, the community, and different things like that. And I mean, really, learning about Dion went back when he was, had the high school program
Yeah,
and doing
definitely.
different things. Like, yeah, he's all about community and helping the kids.
Sure.
And so, like, hopefully they see the value in that and protect, help protect him because I think he's only going to bring nothing but great things to Mississippi. So it was great to see that he got it back. I know it held sentimental value to him, so
So is that
glad he got
that
it
from a
back.
friend? I think a friend that's died too, right? Is that true?
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken. So yeah, definitely want to see fans back at the Veterans Memorial Stadium down there in Jackson, Mississippi. Look, it holds like 60,000, so it's a nice stadium. The Saints played there, and they did some preseason games when I was there as well. So it's a nice stadium for Jackson State there. The note said, "They wow, man. I ain't tripping. I don't need the bread." The guy that brought it back. So I'm glad the community rallied around and they were able to fix this problem. So we'll be watching Dion as they get set down there in the SWAC in Jacktown. Real quickly, Fortnite prize pool, $20 million. I was like, woo, woo.
man.
But
Man,
I guess that's not the story. The story is
gotta get on.
console versus PC and
Yeah,
that sort of dynamic.
that's the big thing. Yeah.
Talk to me, OG, about it. I tried to read it. I'm like, I don't even understand what the hell's going on. But go ahead, OG.
Well, it's always this thing in esports where a lot of esports don't respect the console.
Yeah,
It's more about PC
sure.
gaming. But this integration is I think a beautiful thing in it, and really at the end of the day, what it does is broaden your audience, your participants, and everything like that. So I mean, that 20 million ain't bad. I mean, at the end of the day, but I think they're gonna see a lot of growth
Mhm.
from it because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I guess some people would think, well, if you can afford a console, you can afford the PC aspect of it too. I guess in some cases, but
You can
some
dodge a
people,
wrench. You can dodge a ball.
right? I think from a comfort standpoint, a lot of people prefer to play console, want to play console, and those who play PC. But I'm interested to see how it goes down. I mean, the last time Fortnite is involved in anything or people winning a lot of money, I mean, it definitely brings notoriety to the esport.
Yeah, we saw Booga, $3 million up here at the tennis center. What was that?
Booga, yeah.
2019, right? 2 years ago. Summer
Yeah.
2019. Yeah, I think it's summer
Yeah.
2019. So at the Arthur Ashe Stadium there, they had the thing packed out. Hey, Willie, your thoughts are Fortnite 20 mil, and how do we get a piece of it, hey, Willie?
Man, that's what we need to do. You
You gotta
know, we
play.
need we need to do that. And also too, I know OG has said this a lot. We've also said this as well on this platform that we need to. I think it's similar to professional wrestling in this regard, right? There's this image of what a professional wrestling fan looks like,
Mm-hmm.
and then professional wrestling every week wins the ratings every week because what that image of what a professional wrestling fan looks like is actually not true. Are those people part of the crowd? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it spans so many people, so many walks of life. That's why they kill the ratings every week. And I think sometimes when we look at what goes on in Fortnite and we're looking at the people that's making money, sometimes that's not commiserate with the people that's making this game move forward. So we need to find a way to be involved in it because we are a major part of this movement and we somehow don't get to the table when it comes to getting in these earnings or getting that notoriety when it comes to this stuff. So we need to be a
A
part of it.
whole different topic right there, man.
Yeah, and that so that's the thing of that. And then, I'm looking at the money and I think it was 17 mil last
Yeah,
year,
they added 3 million.
right?
Yep.
They added 3 million in a pandemic. We definitely need to be sitting at that table. Let's get
Yeah.
it.
Well, they were looking at the top 20 esports leagues as far as prize pools. League of Legends was. I thought League of Legends would have been higher. They weren't even in the top 5. I don't think. OG, maybe not even in the top 10. I think they give away like 5 or 6 million. Fortnite was far away the runaway winner. Hell, NBA Madden and 2K didn't even make the top 20 because they give away about a million three, somewhere around there, less than million and a half. They didn't make the top 20. So, and that's where my focus is. I want to get the sports titles up there.
Yes.
It's about that. But yeah, Fortnite, man, whatever, dude. Like, I don't get it, but it doesn't. I don't have to get it. I do understand that it's wildly popular out there in the Twitch sphere for sure.
With all
So,
those dances and stuff, Ella, we're moving that thing forward, man. We are moving that thing
Orange
forward.
Justice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They tapped
they
in.
caught some lawsuits. Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you doing?
Yeah, but you know what that is, though, Kev. You know what that is? That's like, and maybe I shouldn't mention this because I don't want to be on the run, but that's like Sinaloa, right? Where they like, we'll flood the streets with our product. A certain amount of our product will be stolen. A certain amount of our product, somebody's gonna get high off their own supply, right? So we already know that, but the profit margins are so big, we build the losses into what we're doing, right? So like, so the loss that they get versus what the profit margin is, they'll take that loss every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Crazy.
Compete Forever on Black News Channel this weekend. It's 7:01, right? Something like that. Yeah, we're gonna get out here 7:02. How about us? Moving along. Compete Forever
Where
on
my
Black
girls at? 702.
7:02. Hold on, was that Subway, right? Subway and
No, 702 was where my girls at. That's Vegas.
yeah, I know, but did they do something with Subway? I saw them. Oh, you know what it was? Concert.
Yes.
They went on a concert tour together.
Yeah.
I saw them at Middle Tennessee State University. That's why I'm like, hold on, that sounds familiar.
Really, 702?
Yeah.
702 and Subway were on concert together. Yes, they sure were. Mhm.
Wasn't the girl from Power? Ghost's wife. She was
three LW.
Oh, my bad.
See, yeah, we're going back.
Hey, hold on.
90s,
Hey, but hold on. Time out.
90s.
Time out. The only reason I know that because I was scrolling Facebook and seeing a video the other night. Like I wouldn't have been able to just spit that out just like that.
Well, hey, you sound good when you did it.
OG sound like 106 apart.
I know, right?
What up, Free?
AJ, what up? Terrence too. What up, guys? All right, guys. Compete Forever on Black News Channel this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. Episode 34, the Electric City Classic from Rivers Casino in Schenectady. Myself, Brandon Bell, former Bengals linebacker, Penn State University captain, and Derwin Warrell, aka Dagwood, working the sidelines.
I think I'm gonna laugh every time.
Working the sidelines. Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday. You can get Black News Channel, 65, 70 million homes across the country nationally. on DirecTV, ATT Uverse, Dish Network, also Comcast Xfinity, and also oh boy, I always forget the last one. Spectrum Charter
Spectrum, yeah.
Cable. Yes, cable systems there. Uh, the Electric City Classic, always one of my favorite events up there in Schenectady. We're looking to go back sometime next month. We're definitely by March as we work to hammer out a date at the first sports book in the state of New York to open up. All right, guys, it's been great. Another show here, Esports Extra. Any last words? Any shout outs, guys?
Um, Tonight I'll be doing commentary for our the next gaming crew next gen finals
Nice.
over league tournament. Starts at 8:30 on twitch.tv/ next gaming crew. And then tomorrow we have a charity stream sponsored by Zenny. It's with Digital Girl, and it's a good cause. You can also check that out at twitch.tv/ next gaming crew, and that's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Are you available tomorrow?
Probably not.
Okay. I was gonna say you got work to do.
Yeah.
Hey Willie, any shout outs? Shout out to the Nets gaming crew, our favorite NBA 2K League team.
No question. No question. Shout out Kelly. Shout out
Yeah.
Derwin.
Blackwood.
Yeah, shout out to our family. Shout out to our esports
Yes.
extra family. Check me out on
Jordan and Siobhan.
Yeah, shout them out too, no question. And check me out on Vocal, VOKAL, the
Yes.
Antonio Williams Show. We breaking down all sorts of things in sports. Yes.
Antonio Williams Show. You got
Like-
on there. It sounds professional.
Yeah, I thought you would like that, OG. We put that "the" on there, the Ohio State University.
sir.
That's
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Coach K, really appreciate him. The nice hustle today, getting the graphics and video ready to go. For Coach K, pushing all the right buttons
Man.
back in the back. The man, Compete Forever co-founder, the editor of Compete Forever Mad League
I want
on
my,
Black
I
News
want my
Channel.
Emmy.
You want your Emmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got a little work to do, dog. You still got work to do. You still got a little work to do.
I'm just trying to impress Kurt. That's all.
Well, what Kirk say? Kirk said, "Hey man, y'all stuff's good, but this damn intro's too long. Y'all get it down to 6 minutes or less." Yes, sir. And now it's down to 3 minutes because Gary Whitlaw at Black News Show's like, "Man, y'all stuff's good.
Larry.
Too long. Get to the action, Larry." I'm like, "All right, Kurt. All right, Gary, we'll get to the action." Shout out to Kurt at SNY, my boss, and also Gary Wardlaw. I guess you can call him our boss. He cuts the check for us. So at Black News Channel for hiring us. Yeah.
Hey,
For bringing
man,
us on this programming.
I need my Gotham Steel set. I need
Gotham Steel, Bionic Hose. I need great courses. I need all that stuff.
Alien tape too.
Geico Insurance, GoDaddy to sponsor the website, all that good stuff. Guys, thanks, man. Kevin, appreciate you. A Willie down there, minus the hoodie, DFW. OG,
No.
Oh, he do got the hoodie. That's
Hey.
right. Hey,
On deck.
me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Got the hoodie.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Special shout out to the baby girl, the baby doll in Manhattan. She is Jasenia Vargas. Shout out. Thank you for watching last night and also today. Hopefully you're back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, just like the rest of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here at Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook for more Esports Extra. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.